Some people will respond better on high fat, some will respond better on high protein. And the other thing too is it's going to be dependent on what exactly your goal is. If your goal is to build a lot of muscle, then ideally higher protein is going to be more beneficial. If your goal is more health related, then a higher fat diet might be more beneficial for you. But it's going to depend on the person, and you're really going to have to see how your body responds and kind of fine tune a little bit to see where exactly you feel your best. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in and welcome back to another Sunday Q&A. Before we start, just a quick reminder that if you like what you see, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our videos. Also, if you have any questions, ask them down in the comment section and we'll either respond to you directly in the comment section or answer your questions during another one of our weekly Sunday Q&As. Alright, time to answer your questions. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in and welcome back to another Sunday Q&A. Today's question is with regard to high fat versus high protein while on the carnivore diet. A lot of you want to know what exactly is the best way to move forward, and the truth is there is no one answer. It's going to be dependent on each person's body and how they respond. Some people will respond better on high fat, some will respond better on high protein, and the other thing too is it's going to be dependent on what exactly your goal is. If your goal is to build a lot of muscle, then ideally higher protein is going to be more beneficial. If your goal is more health related, then a higher fat diet might be more beneficial for you. But it's going to depend on the person, and you're really going to have to see how your body responds and kind of fine tune a little bit to see where exactly you feel your best. For me personally, the first couple months on this last time doing the carnivore diet, I was going high fat. My fat consumption was roughly 80% of my calories consumed. And for me personally, that's when I feel my best. When 80% of my calories are coming from fat, my energy levels are great, my mental clarity is great, and overall I just feel my best. Now the last month, I mentioned about a month ago that I was going to be starting a bulk because I wanted to put on some weight. So I did up my protein consumption, and I can tell you just from my own personal experience, I don't feel as good this last month that I've been on my bulking diet that I did on the first couple months when I was more on a high-fat diet with lower calories. I still feel, in terms of how I feel when I work out, my workouts feel great and my energy levels are still really good, but I do feel a little bit more sluggish this last 2 weeks, I would say. The first week of the bulk was fine, didn't really cause an issue. The second week was okay, and then the last couple weeks, just eating the same amounts of food and eating the amount of food that I've been consuming this last month, it has taken a bit of a toll, so I will be ending my bulk probably within the next week. I'm going to finish up this week, see what my weight is, and then if I can get up to the 180 mark, then I will cut it and then go back down to what I was doing before and start a cutting diet. In terms of what I'm doing right now, I had mentioned last month when I switched over to my current bulking diet that I was going to be consuming 1 pound of liver and 2 pounds of medium ground beef on my workout days. And I was going to just cook that up in some either butter or lard. And then as my pre-workout, I was going to have an 8-egg salad with a 1/4 cup of ghee mixed in, mix that up, and that was going to be my pre-workout. So in terms of my calorie consumption, on my workout days, I'm consuming 4,500 calories worth of food. And the breakdown of that, roughly 315 grams of that is going to be fat, 323 grams is going to be protein, which puts my fat ratio at roughly 67% of total calories consumed. On my non-workout days, I don't have the egg salad or the ghee in the egg salad, so my calories are significantly less. It's 3,000 calories on non-workout days. 198 grams is coming from fat, 248 grams is coming from protein, so that means roughly 63% of my total calories are coming from fat. If you contrast that with what I was doing the first 6 weeks when I was on the carnivore diet, my calories on average over the course of 5 days, I didn't break it down into non-workout days versus workout days, but overall, throughout the course of the 5 days, my calories were roughly 2,600 calories. So I am consuming significantly more over the course of a week as I was during the first 6 weeks of when I was doing the carnivore diet. That being said, my results aren't going to be the exact same for you. Some of you might do well on a high protein diet. Some of you might do well on a high fat. You're going to have to experiment with both, see which one works for you. All I can say is from personal experience in the past and currently, high protein diets, for me, I don't feel my best on them. I feel much better when I'm on high fat, which is why after this week, most likely I will be going back to what I was doing in the first 6 weeks. My main goal when I started the bulk was I wanted to get up to at least 170, possibly break the 170.
I weighed myself last week and I was in the 170s, and then I weighed myself this morning just for the hell of it. Usually I weigh myself on Sundays. I'm recording this video on Saturday, and when I recorded it, I was somewhere around 173, 174. So I'm not going to be doing the bulk too much longer. Most likely I'm going to end it this week. I might extend it another week depending on how I feel at the end of this week, but based off of how I've been feeling the last 2 weeks, it's just too much food for my body. Especially, I'm naturally not that big of a guy, so for me, when I start getting into the 170s, I get really sluggish, I get really slow, and I get out of breath easily. One thing that I mentioned earlier was that I was trying to increase my endurance, and I wasn't really trying to increase my endurance, but I wanted to see how much I could improve my endurance just by doing a little bit of endurance training as part of my warm-up sets. And even that, I've been finding that as my weight's been going up and my strength's been going up, I've kind of been neglecting the endurance stuff, and I just want to see how much weight I can lift, and I want to get back to my old PRs. A couple of PRs that I want to get back to, I want to be able to deadlift 500 pounds, and I want to be able to perform more than 20 repetitions with 315 pounds for deadlift. Overall though, this bulk and the higher protein, it has definitely made a big impact in terms of my muscle mass and also in terms of my strength. I was curious to see what exactly I could deadlift 315 for, and I ended up doing that, I think it was 2 days ago or 3 days ago. I ended up deadlifting 315 pounds for 12 repetitions, and if I kept going, I could have gone for a few extra repetitions. I think 15, I could have made it pretty easily. I might have been able to get a little bit higher. So I'm almost at the 315 for 20 repetitions, which was my old PR, and I would like to get back to that. For now, I'm gonna leave you with this video of me deadlifting 315 for 12 repetitions. And there you have it, 315 for 12 repetitions. I could have done a few more. I think I could have at least gotten to 15 repetitions. So my strength has definitely gone up, my muscle mass has gone up, but my energy levels have been decreasing. So I do plan on going back to my cutting diet right after this next week of bulking. I'm gonna weigh myself tomorrow, see what my weight is. If I'm at around 175, 177, then I'll start my cut. If not, then I'll extend it for another week and weigh myself next Sunday, see where I'm at, and then adjust it based off of that. That's pretty much it for today's video. If you guys have any other questions with regard to my experience with the carnivore diet, if you have any questions with regard to the carnivore diet, or if you have any questions at all with regard to anything, whether it's exercises, what type of workout would be best, what type of nutrition for you guys, if you have any questions with regard to stretching protocols, anything like that, go ahead, ask your questions down in the comments section. I'll either respond to you directly in the comments section or answer your questions during another one of our Sunday Q&As. That's it for today. Take care, and I'll see you again next week.
That's it for today's video. Thanks for tuning in. If you liked what you saw, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our videos. And if you have any questions, ask them down in the comment section, and we'll either respond to you directly in the comment section or answer your questions during another one of our weekly Sunday Q&As. Keep fit, have fun, and we'll see you again next week.